everybody, how is it going? It is your pal, Sal here. Welcome back to my channel, and I could not be more thrilled to be here with you guys today because today we are talking about the brand new release of the Madonna tour on Paramount Plus. So if you guys have been following me on my channel for a while now, at least, you'll know that 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago, not quite just yet, we're not that old quite yet, but almost 2 years ago, I ended up seeing the Madonna tour in Chicago on October 27th of 2019. Wow, what it feels so long ago. But I was main floor, section 2L, row H, seat 219. I saw the tour, and at the time, before I was really getting my YouTube channel, really going, I made a review of it, which you can see how much time has passed if we look at the screenshot of me from the video. Horrifying. Time has been very kind with weight loss to me, so I'm very appreciative of that. But yeah, it has been 2 years since I made that video reviewing the Madonna tour, and I have to say at the time it was one of the videos that I had on my channel that was doing the very best. I didn't take the chance to look, but I think it's at like 10K or something like that, which, in the scheme of YouTube is not the greatest, but you know what, I'm proud of it. It was a fun time, and my review, I don't remember even truly what I said, but I know some people were like, yeah, I'm with you, other people were like, how fucking dare you? It seems like the older Madonna fans, the younger you are, the more angrier they are at you, but it's fine. It's all in good fun, and it is what it is. So the Madonna tour, if you want to hear like my full thoughts on the tour itself, I think you should go check out that video. I will not, because it's too difficult to look at myself at that stage. But as we all know, the Madonna tour started around, I think, September, I believe, of 2019, and ended slightly prematurely in 2020. It ended obviously because of COVID, but it was I think it only had like 2 more shows left or something like that, so it didn't have much left in terms of tour dates. But thankfully it was filmed before COVID hit, and Madonna did go back recently, I think earlier in the summer, to do some reshoots. So as we all know, Madonna the tour was filmed, like I said, it's filmed, all that, and now it is dropped on Paramount Plus, which has been a mixed bag, I feel, from a lot of fans. Personally, me, I hate streaming. I don't want another streaming service. I feel like I only paid like, what, $5 to have Paramount Plus this month so I could just watch it. I might watch the reboot of iCarly as well too, but that remains to be seen. As many Madonna fans know, we want CD variants, we want vinyl variants. People wanted a Blu-ray, a DVD, a 2 CD copy. That's what people wanted. No one wanted this on streaming. So I'm a little disappointed with Madonna's choice to have it released on a streaming platform, which I know is the way that the world is moving, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the right way it should be moving, if you know what I mean. But regardless, I still have some Madonna memorabilia. Like, I still have my program from when I saw the tour, which this program is just absolutely gorgeous. Like every time I look at it. And I do own, and no one can ever take this away from me, I do own the vinyl. This is the standard black, but it does have the where is it? Oh, it's not here because I had to take them out, but it does have the misplaced track list, and I do own the 2 CD deluxe edition that has the somewhat odd bonus tracks. Now for nana. But I thought I'd give you guys my thought on this version of the show that is now appearing on Paramount Plus. So before I go into all my little details, the one thing I would like to talk about is sound mix and video editing. I thought the video editing was fantastic. As we all know, in the last few Madonna Blu-rays videos, like Rebel Heart, MDNA, and Sticky and Sweet. I've seen full Rebel Heart and Sticky and Sweet, but I've not seen all the way of MDNA, which I'm saving one day to finally do a reaction to that on this channel. The edits are very, very fast. Like, you maybe get a shot for maybe 1.2 seconds and then it's on to the next shot. I think this one is a little more, it's still very quick cut, but it feels a lot more balanced at the end of the day, which I appreciated. I didn't feel like, whoa, we're moving too fast. I think with Madonna being a very theatrical, almost cinematic experience, a very also very stable experience with it just being on a stage, it lends itself to being filmed in that way a lot more. I thought it was filmed beautifully. The colors popped really nicely. Obviously, streaming quality is never going to be as nice as a Blu-ray or even a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, but it looked good. I think I watched something else on streaming recently. I forgot. oh, it was something. And I was like, you know, the streaming quality, not that good. It would have looked so much better on Blu-ray. What was it though? I forgot, but anyway. Sound mixing was also, I thought, very nice. I'm gonna go into more vocals here, but one thing I really did appreciate is that I felt like Madonna's vocals were very forefront in the mix. Whereas like looking or thinking back to something I saw like the Sticky and Sweet tour, which I felt like I could barely hear her half the time, I felt very appreciative of that. So I think that's the basic gist of what I want to say there. Now I do want to talk about each little, I wrote down some notes. They're very like all over the place, so I'm hoping I can make out all of them. But first of thing, the show opens up with a new intro that kind of just shows Madonna through the years, and like, you know, with like the most daring thing she's ever done is to stay in the industry, which is iconic. I did like that. I thought it was a fun new intro, especially for people who are seeing it on Paramount Plus that maybe aren't Madonna fans, that need a little refresher. So there's that. And then, okay, I said this, I'm almost positive I said it in my original video, but the whole artist here with that boom, 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 boom. I love exactly what she is saying with that intro. Like, I think it's iconic, amazing, but it goes on for so long. I remember seeing the show and I was like, when does this, it goes on for what feels like 5 minutes. And you're like, this could have been, I feel, condensed. I get it. Art is here. Art is here to disturb the peace. But I could have understood that in maybe 2 minutes. That I'm still very picky about that for some reason. But I stand by it. I feel like I could have been, I was actually kind of hoping it would be edited slightly for the show, but that was weirdly the one thing that wasn't edited. So regardless. Now, one thing I still do want to talk about is the weird use of autotune that can be present throughout Madonna's vocals on here. I think one of the weirdest aspects is especially in God Control. As we know, she opens up, or at least in the album with God Control, and she's singing through her teeth. She's like, everybody knows the damn truth. But for some reason, when she took it on tour, she decided to just auto-tune her while she's kind of singing regularly. And keep in mind, I like how it sounds. I think it sounds cool, but I question the reason why. You know what I mean? I'm like, Madonna, I'd rather have you sing through your teeth like how you're doing it in the studio version, not covered in this weird auto-tune, which again, I weirdly like how it sounds. I'm not mad at it, but I find the choice odd. That's just more of a me thing. This right here, I don't know. It says Chills Choir Gun. I don't know what that means. Oh, I think it's like where that's like everybody knows the damn and the we've lost God con. That is iconic. There is a weird edit, and I did see this from somebody on Twitter, but they were more talking about the new streaming like album that's on Spotify and Apple Music and all that. There's a weird edit during God Control where they cut out a verse, and I can't think of exactly what it is right now, but it was cut out so sloppily. It was as if someone never had heard what a radio edit was and like how you can like edit something and still make it work. The edit was just so odd. Like even there's actually a video on my Instagram. I actually was recording the second it happened, and I was like, ooh, that was weird how that happened. Okay, so there's that. There was a little Truth or Dare callback. I think it comes right after God Control. Now this is just more of a me thing. The quality clip that they were using seemed to be very low quality to me, and that didn't make a lot of sense because I do own the Truth or Dare Blu-ray, and I know for a fact it looks better than that. It almost looked to me like they downloaded the clip off of YouTube and then inserted it into the film because the quality was a little subpar to me. I'm just saying. What was this? I actually was noticing this last night when the album came out. I didn't have really time to, go through it, but somebody on Twitter, this is how I see a lot of things is on Twitter, somebody posted that this was the best version of Human Nature. Personally, my favorite live cut that I've seen of Human Nature is always going to be the Sticky and Sweet tour, which a lot of people don't seem to like, but for some reason it does something to me. I don't know what it is, but I can't explain that. But I do love the instrumentation on this version of Human Nature. I forgot that there was like this really cool saxophone going on. Slays. Okay, then I wanted to say right here, I cannot believe that this woman, this woman right here is in her 60s. I mean, looking at her on this stage, watching this whole show, I mean, how is it that this woman is in her 60s and performing and looking better than all the little girlies that are in the pop music industry right now? It's staggering to me. I'm like, Oh my God, like, just the way she was moving. And you also, guys, we have to remember, like, her knee was borderline non-existent during this whole tour. Like, she was in so much pain. I hope was it her knee or her hip? I forget, but either way, she had to get that. I don't know if she got the replacement, but I was really hoping she would, because I think she needed it. But my God, she looked incredible. Like, every time I saw her on stage, I was like, okay. This is another weird edit thing that did happen. Most of the edits I'm talking about are not really visual. Well, they're visual, but they're not really the problems with how it was filmed. It's just during the Express Yourself section where she does it a cappella, where she sounded great, by the way. They used clearly two different show clips, because in some shots she has the eye patch on, and some shots she does not. And I don't know why, but I'm like, that's the kind of shit I hate. That reminds me of like a shitty YouTube edit. I'm like, I want to believe that this was filmed. I know it wasn't, but I truly want to believe that this was filmed on one night. This is one complete performance of the Madame X tour. And doing stuff like that, I don't know why, that just makes me angry. I'm just saying. Okay, next up, right here it says sound mix. Oh, this is something I discovered. Sound mix off when like the doctor came in, and you know she's behind like the little vanity thing. I didn't discover this until later, but not only were they using clips from like what they actually filmed from the show and what they did reshoots for, they were also using the stuff that was probably filmed from a phone that Madonna was putting on her Instagram, which were like the only clips we've had for like the past 2 years of what the Madame X tour was. Which when I realized that, I was a little more receptive to the off changes. It wasn't the video that was getting me, but the sound mixing was like very off, and I was like, whoa, what's going on here? I did realize that more as the show went on. During I Don't Search, I Find, which I remember when I saw the show, but I didn't realize the Dick Tracy vibes it gives me, because since then I have seen Dick Tracy and have discovered that I'm Breathless, music from and inspired by the motion picture Dick Tracy, is one of my favorite Madonna albums, and I was really enjoying, maybe it was just the men, you know, in their little trench coats, but something was very Breathless Mahoney about it to me. And I stood that. So you know what? I love it even more. Oh, and then also during the Dick Tracy section, to me, they were playing a lot with aspect ratio. So the whole show is filmed in 16.9, which is 185:1. But then during it, they switched to 235:1, which is like CinemaScope, which I kind of truly wish the whole show was filmed in CinemaScope. It looked gorgeous. But then they were playing with it even more and switched to the 4:3 aspect ratio, which gave it very old-timey, even more Dick Tracy vibes, so we stand. Now, okay, right here, I need to talk about how much I love. It's kind of the same outfit that's kind of going on here. It's a little different. I don't think there's any pictures of it in the Madame X tour book. If there is, I would love to show it off, because it shows rehearsals in here, but no, I think that's even the Cray video, so I don't know. But the look when she comes out from Batuka, where she's got the black hair, that black sparkly little dressy thing. Ah, my God, she looks so young. And what I love about this look is that it gives me 100% Ava Perón vibes. Every time I've seen it, I'm like, oh my God, you look like you're about to sing Buenos Aires again. And it makes me lose my shit. I love how she looks in that look. If she adopted more black hair in the future, I'd honestly be down for it, because it looks so good on her. My God. I loved her during the Fado Club part. Oh yeah, when the guy comes out who's like the grandson of the one lady, she sounds so good. And this is what really stresses me out, is that through a lot of the show, there's points where you can hear her like natural voice. And I love the ping it has to it. And I don't understand why there's some points where she's a little more covered in autotune. And I'm like, Madonna, as AJ says in her videos, I swear to God, she doesn't need it. And I'm like, and listen, I'm all for the stylistic choice. And there are most of it kind of is stylistic, but I feel like stylistic is more for a studio recording versus a live show. I don't know. I just really, Madonna, your voice is beautiful, and I just wish you'd realize that. So, I like her little, I don't remember her saying this when I saw the show, but she was like, I need to go somewhere like Medellin, and then it was the doop, 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 doop. Listen, I gotta tell you, Medellin was such a robbed single, man. I love me some Maluma. They looked so good together. Ah, Maluma. Ah, my God. Okay. Then right here, I forgot about this. I feel like this was like a deep memory that I had locked in me, that once I saw it, I was like, I can't. When it's like when everybody's like in like their little like, not really a suit, but like their white shirt and their tie, and they're like, I was like, oh my God. I flashed back to the moment I was in the Chicago theater, and I was like, I feel like I'm about to have a heart attack because this is just too much going on for me. I felt very overwhelmed during that whole section. I was like, I'm gonna hyperventilate myself here if you don't stop. Okay, now we can talk again about Frozen. You know, it's so funny because at the time I did see the Madame X tour, I wasn't as much of a Madonna stan as I feel I am now, and I wasn't as familiar with Frozen as I am now. And I feel like seeing the Madame X tour was what did Frozen for me, what brought that song to life. And, you know, watching it now and the thing, it's just so gorgeous. I mean, with Lourdes appearing in that video projection, the way it seamlessly transitions, everything about it is just astounding. I feel that that video just needs to be solely released on YouTube as like an alternate video for Frozen because it's so perfect. Especially with just with how it sounds very stripped back with the drums. Everything about it is just angelic and iconic, and I feel blessed that I saw that live. I feel blessed I get to see it now on Paramount Plus for the next month while I have a subscription. Absolutely in love. Then these notes are like really soft here. Soft notes, if you know what I mean. Come Alive was still just as great as when I saw it live. I mean, the show came alive at that moment. I loved it. Weirdly enough with this, and I do believe it was already cut by the time that, you know, the show had gone to, because I forget where, I think it was filmed in Lisbon, I'm not sure. But Crave, as we know, was performed with this really, I'm not a big fan of remixes, and it was performed with this really weird dance mix, but it was cut from this film, which part of me was like, I really don't care, but then part of me, like the historical, like purist in me was like, how dare you cut out a part of the show that was part of the show? I felt odd about that, but it was, if she had done Crave, the album cut, I would have been there for it, but that dance remix wasn't as good there. Okay, voice sounded so good on Like a Prayer. I loved it. Every second of Like a Prayer is just gorgeous with the X, the staircases. Mwah! And then I Rise, which I have to say, this is why I hate ageism so much. If Madonna had not been a 60-year-old woman when this song came out, I Rise, I feel like would have been such an anthem for everything that has happened in the world in the past 2 years. But because of ageism, it's not. And that's such a shame because it's such a beautiful song. Just love it. One thing I want to add is that the show ends with a clip. I forgot who is the guy that is like speaking in it, but then it shows Madonna back at the typewriter from the God Control video. And I have to say the video used, they used a couple of scenes from the music videos to almost seamlessly make it seem like they were part of the Madame X tour, which they were, but they were filmed for a different purpose, but they made them feel all like combined. And I love that. So Madame X on Paramount Plus, I have to say, easily 9 out of 10. It's a great capture of the experience of what it was like to be in that show. Thankfully, if you're the type of person I am, you could start it at the time that it's supposed to start, not, 3 hours later. But I think it perfectly captures the show. It felt like I was back in the Chicago theater again. And I loved every second of watching it. I had a great time. I'm excited to listen to the sound. I like how on Spotify and Apple Music, all the different versions have different covers. And I heard that the sound mixing is even better on the album cut itself. Now, hopefully we'll get at least a CD cut of the album or a CD release. Because if you guys remember when Barbra Streisand released The Magic, the Music, the Memories, it was a Netflix special, but they did release the Netflix special CD, physically. So, we're hoping. And if there's any excuse to wear my custom Madame X shirt, then why not? So, I loved it. I had a great time. I'm excited to see, now that, because, once, the tour is released, that's kind of the end of the era. So I'm excited to see what happens after Madame X. But I had a great time. What did you think of the film concert, guys? Let me know in the comments below. As always, do not forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at Salvador J. Rocha, Twitter at Sal Says Stuff, and TikTok at SalRocha1. And I'll see you guys soon. This was Madame X, and she's a dancer, she's a singer, and she's a whore, she's a nun, she's everything. And so are you. Bye, guys.